on paper still at war with each other. Every single scene between them is loaded with a kind of tension you don't usually get in a rom-com. The tension of two people falling in love inside a relationship that isn't supposed to be able to exist at all. What makes it work is how patient the show is about earning it. Jung-hyuk doesn't fall for Saeri because she's pretty and dropped into his life. He falls for her because he watches her day after day be braver and kinder and more resourceful than anyone he's ever met, even while she's terrified out of her mind and thousands of miles from home with no way back. And Saeri, this woman who built an empire out of sheer will and doesn't let anyone close to her, finds in Jung-hyuk the first person who has ever protected her without wanting anything from her in return. That's the quiet tragedy sitting underneath all the charm. These two people found exactly what they needed in each other in the one place on Earth where it was almost impossible for them to have it. And then there's the village. If you've watched this show, you know the village women hold this story together just as much as the two leads do. Watching them slowly accept Saeri, feed her, gossip about her, protect her secret out of loyalty to Jung-hyuk, it turns what could have been a cold political thriller into something that feels like an actual community, an actual home. By the time Saeri has to leave that village, whether by circumstance or by choice, you feel the loss of an entire world, not just one relationship. The scenes that hit hardest aren't even the big dramatic ones. It's the small stuff. Jung-hyuk playing piano so Saeri can hear it from wherever she is. Saeri holding onto a single umbrella through a border crossing because it's the last thing connecting her to him. The two of them meeting, impossibly, on a bridge between two worlds that were never supposed to let them touch. Every one of those moments works because the show never lets you forget what's actually keeping them apart. It's not a misunderstanding. It's not a rival. It's an entire geopolitical divide, decades of history, and two governments that would rather this love never existed. By the finale, when they finally get their moment, it doesn't feel like a typical happy ending. It feels like something they had to bleed for. Every scene, every year that passes in that story is love actively resisting the forces trying to pull it apart, and somehow, against every possible odd, still standing at the end. Saeri risked everything she had built. Jung-hyuk risked his life, his rank, his family, everything he had ever built in the only world